just had a conversation about it not yet being right to get into any high growth tech names. There's a lot of nervousness out there. Is it paralyzing you from taking advantage of perhaps some opportunities?
Sure. I think the macro cycle is really important. We know that we've seen rising rates and that, sees an increase in the cost of capital and that sees valuations of future growth coming down. So those high growth names have been hit hard. We've seen margin compression. We've seen multiple compression, which has been bad news for the companies which are valued on high future growth. And instead, we've seen a tilt towards more defensive areas outperforming the market. I guess if we have a look across that area that has been sold off, the big question is, have we seen, everything being sold off indiscriminately? So can you now go trawling through some of those names to have a look at the potential high growth names over the next 12 to 18 months? And I think, there are some bargains in the mix and it's worthwhile having a look through. One of those companies I think is IDP Education. We have seen it falling quite sharply with the moves in high growth, and that's because it's on a very high valuation multiple. It's still on a multiple of more than 40 times. But if we have a look at what it's done through the pandemic, we've seen that acquisition of the India business, which has done very well from it's managed to increase margins in that area. And look, this is a company that looks at international students and English testing, and it'll continue to have that tailwind coming through from opening up of borders globally and a lot more movement in terms of travel. We've seen some positive updates coming through from some travel companies now like Qantas. And look, as borders reopen and movement restarts, this is going to be a big beneficiary. So look, I think this company is going to be bigger and better than pre-COVID, given the very smart acquisition that they've made. But not only that, the very good job that they've done with that acquisition in India, where we have seen margins increasing there. So look, I think it's a buy at these levels, even though it's pretty painful in terms of the market.